I just went to Lambeau Field the other day. You ever been there?
I don't think I ever have been to Lambeau Field, but I think I'm going to Lambeau Field tomorrow.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I mean, running for vice president, you never know where you are day to day, but I'm pretty sure we're going to the Packers game tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so.
Did you have fun?
It's amazing. Yeah. We just went. I had a show there the night on a Saturday night last Saturday, so we just got to go do a tour.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just so wild. You drive into this, it's a small city.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, there's an NFL team here. It doesn't make sense, really.
Yeah, like the NFL team
Yeah.
in some ways, right? I mean, the
yeah.
Packers are so popular, but are you a big football guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm a big college football guy.
yeah, I'm more of a college football guy, but I like both. So I'm an Ohio State guy. I went to Ohio State, born and raised in Ohio. But there's like the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry is one of the big rivalries, and this happens, of course, after the election. So I'm hoping to go to the game. But you talk about like a kid crying at a football field. This reminds me of a story. Is like one of my dear friends, and he's like otherwise a nice guy, but Ohio State, Michigan just turns into a total animal. So this is 2006.
Who is he? The senator you're talking about?
No. It's a totally different guy. This is a buddy I've known since I was like 5 years old.
Okay.
Just a guy back home. We go to the Ohio State, Michigan game. We're number 1, they're number 2. I think we win that game like 42-39. It was a very, very tight game. I don't remember the exact score. And we're leaving, and there's this family, and this kid is like, it's a family of Michigan fans, and this kid is crying. And, my buddy goes up to him, and I'm like, Bill's going to be like sweet to this family, like, welcome to Ohio, glad you guys come to the game. Sorry it didn't work out. And my buddy goes, are you sad that Michigan lost? And the little boy goes, yeah. And he says, well, maybe next time you won't root for a team that sucks. And walks off. And I was like, oh shit, Bill, we should try to be nicer to the newcomers. But then like you realize that's
Bill
actually
is not a concierge.
No. But that's why Ohio State and Michigan hate each other, right? Because that kid was probably 9 years old. Yeah. So this is 2006. I mean, he's, I don't know, close to 25 now. Yeah. He probably still remembers that asshole from Ohio State when he was crying after a game. And like, that's what makes the rivalry. And
now that kid is Tom Brady. Yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
That's how it gets started. Dude, I remember the craziest thing I ever saw was there was a Mexican father and son bawling, crying when The Rock came back one night at WWE.
Yeah.
Standing there together, same height,
that's a
bawling, crying, dude. And they both had belts on. And it was like, yeah.
I mean, those are, it's like the little rituals that actually make life worth it, man. But, but definitely, I mean, like my son, he's 7 now, but I took him to the Ohio State Michigan game. I think I took him to the game last year, but then we watch it even when he's like 4 years old. And Michigan has beat Ohio State the last 3 years. And so it's just like, the first time I ever saw my kid cry over a sports event was last year at the Ohio State-Michigan game.
When they beat them?
When Michigan beat Ohio State? Yeah.
And, when you cry when your team wins, that means something is probably, you have parenting issues in your home, I feel like,
That's right. That's definitely right. Yeah. That's definitely right. But I mean, it's like, Ohio State just lost to Oregon like a week ago, I guess. And you sort of realize, like, I get so much joy out of watching sports and like taking my son to the Ohio State Michigan games, like one of the coolest moments of my life as a father. But then it almost always ends in heartbreak. Yeah. Right. Because only one team actually wins the championship. And I sometimes wonder, like, why do we put ourselves through this?
It's so true. That's such that it is. At a certain point, the odds are you're going to face not feeling great.
Yeah, absolutely.
That it's going to end.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess the one team in my lifetime, like the Bulls in the 90s, the Chicago Bulls in the 90s, and the Patriots when they had the Brady Belichick run, like, most of the time you're actually happy if you're a fan of that team. But I mean, like, I'm a Bengals fan in pro sports, and like they made the Super Bowl a few years ago, and it was so cool.
Yeah, I remember that against 49ers.
Was it against the 49ers? It's funny, I don't even remember who they were playing against, but I remember they lost at the very end. It was a very close game. We almost put it off. But then it's like all the joy turned into complete sadness. Like I'm a grown man on the verge of tears because fucking sports team that I rooted for lost a game. Like, wake up, man.
I think, I wonder what it is. Maybe it's just like.
Sorry, I have to not say the F word or.
No, it's okay, dude.
Make sure people still vote for me. If I too many F-bombs, I'm going to lose too many votes. So I'll try to tone it down.
Okay. Yeah. If you say more than 7 or 8, I'll tap you on the shoulder.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Dude, actually, my ribs, dude, I've been on a, like almost like just on bed rest the past like 8 days because I was at the Vanderbilt game when they beat Alabama 2 weeks ago.
That was a big one.
And some guy, I don't even know him. I got a little bit of a look at him, and he squeezed me so hard. He kept squeezing me, and I was like, "Don't squeeze me anymore." And then he squeezed me even more. And
was it a happy squeeze, or
you could hear my ribs? Like, dude, they really
like the oxygen leaving your lungs.
Yeah. Please don't go. That song, babe, I love you. Ribs that had never been away from it, like they were leaving home for the first time.
Wait,
like,
but was he squeezing you because he was happy?
He was happy.
Okay, so this wasn't like a.
So I was smiling, dude.
Yeah,
my smile hit.
Okay,
I mean, the more he squeezed the edges of my smile, you could hear him ding against my earlobes.
Yeah. I mean,
he squeezed me as much as somebody could be squeezed. His wife is not doing well if that guy has a wife. Right. I'll tell you that. Because anyway, my ribs, I've been having to ice them, dude. It's been,
oh really?
It's
so
been
miserable. Like actually cracked a rib. I mean,
it sucks, but it was awesome. But it's like, yeah, the pain you go through to be associated with it. You know?
I mean, look, I've only been to the game in Ann Arbor once, and Ohio State fans again.
Is it weird going up in that territory?
I mean, people throwing beer bottles at us, sometimes full beer cans at us. I had some kid run up. He was like a 19-year-old kid run up from behind me, and it had been raining a lot that day, and he had like he'd taken a chunk of mud out of the ground and shoved it in my mouth. I mean, this is like what these sports rivalries are built around is moments like this. But
that's insane.
We had, I guess, won 4 years in a row.
That's reforestation, isn't it?
That's right. But man, we'd won 4 years in a row, and this girl, she's like 22 years old. She gets in my buddy's face and she said, "This is my senior year. You ruined my college career because you guys beat us 4 years in a row." And then she takes a swing at him, and a cop tackles this 22-year-old girl down the bleachers. And I'm just, like, man, again, people get injured. People get injured at sporting events. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I thought that for a second. I thought you were describing a wedding in Appalachia, dude. That's what I thought for a second. So.
We've had some of those too. Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.